Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Zen, your executive producer, and I want to thank you all for tuning in, particularly our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/FSFilms. Those being Jeremy Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Elle, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much as what we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pokemon Aftershocks, the Pokemon Tabletop United game we're running here on Final Show Films. My name is Julia of the Zodiac system, and I am your GM for the evening. Always trips me up when I have to introduce myself like that. Just started, so but we will go around and do introductions for the night, starting with Yuri.
Hi, I am Wonderwall. Or actually, Yari. And I'm playing Annabella Hawthorne, the anxious researcher.
And Jack.
Hi, I am Jack. My favorite video sister, the song is Friends. And I'm playing, who am I playing? I'm playing Ramon,
You're playing Friends.
the desperately gay Pokeball tech.
I just love how the gay gets modified every episode. That's my favorite
I
part.
mean, look at him. Look at him. Tell me I'm wrong.
Gay intensifies.
Gay modifiers intensify.
And
How
Sen.
many? What rank he would gay? Is it expert at this point, or are we up to master?
I mean,
Oh, definitely.
Virtuoso.
if
At least.
I know if Ramon was a master gay, then he wouldn't be having issues talking to.
He might be able to flirt.
That's fair.
Novice gay it is. Got it.
That's
Untrained.
mean.
Yeah, novice gay. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
Sen.
he's not a novice.
I'm Sen, and I'm playing Kisakiso, the Pokemon Ranger, and that's some more bells.
Don't make him prove it.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, to be fair, the balls comment was pretty like that. That's proof from an adept, at least. I'll give you adept.
Yeah.
You want to see my balls was pretty good.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, but then you couldn't. But then you weren't prepared for when So said, "Well, I mean, you already showed him your balls."
Well, who would be?
That's what takes expert, is being cold on your bullshit and keeping calm.
Oh.
Anyway.
As always, the stream is do we have the jukebox this time?
We had it last time. Yes, we've got trans rights, human rights, Black Lives Matter, and also
Yes.
our music is powered by Overclock Remix.
Also, fuck a bunch of people.
Specifically Nigel Farage.
Let's provide
Don't feel
context
guilty
to
about
that
it
because
you
No.
don't slut shame here.
Not in the fun way.
Okay, fuck the
Also,
Supreme
fuck
Court.
people in the fun way. Do what you
Eat
want.
the rich.
Your life.
Nigel Farage doesn't deserve it.
I believe there was a thing in Little Nicky, the Adam Sandler movie, called Pineappling, and that's what he deserves. So you just take a whole pineapple and shove it up someone's ass.
Yeah, I wish him a very sit on a cactus, yes.
Oh, this is going great. So previously in the Hoenn region, our trainers wrapped up their time at Mauville with their various pursuits as Ramon started on a Pokeball for Steven Stone. And then the rest of the group had various adventures. I'm forgetting what Satomi actually. Oh yeah, she went shopping for groceries. That's what she did. After you all congregated,
Elle looked at the news for once.
yeah.
That was pretty clutch.
After you guys congregated, you then went to Slateport City, where you had a little bit of fun the first day in just discovering secret bases around the area, and Ramon, and so getting to see Ramon's parents. And the following day, you had an appointment with Steven Stone at a coffee shop, where you met Latios and Latias in their human forms. At which point they asked you what they can do, what help they can provide you, and that's where we left off. So you pick up with that question hanging in the air.
Question, So says out loud. Aren't you supposed to be like Pokemon?
We are?
Gestures at forms.
You haven't encountered many of us, have you? I mean, that does make sense. As
he's
as
visibly confused.
As Latios says this, Latios just sort of pinches the bridge of his nose. Let's get a booth, and then we can talk. At which point, Steven just walks over to the barista, sets down a black credit card, and says, 8 black coffees, that table, all of your scones, and then just goes and sits down.
All of your scones.
Oh,
And-
we have a UI here marker. Notice.
Yeah,
Yay.
I just added it there.
Thank you. Because
So sit.
your GM has Swiss cheese brain and can't remember things like that.
Go sit at booth.
It's more like an orange. Never mind. I'm not getting into that. My brain. Sorry, not the booth.
Yeah, it took me a second. But
Yeah, we'll set at the booth. Confused.
sit at
So
the orange.
Latios has pushed herself against the wall very happily, and Latios is directly across from her doing the same thing, but in a defensive way. Like has put his back flat against the wall and has turned to sit.
Annabella is on the
Thing.
Annabella is on the open end because easy to nope out if need easy to nope if need be, and also so Bradley can be like right there.
So is on the open end because he has eyes in the back of his head in the form of Murasame, and that puts him between anything that might be dangerous and anybody else.
Ramon sits there and just has no idea, stands at the booth with no idea where to sit down.
Let's see I'm making a himbo roll real quick. Hang on.
There are 2 legendary Pokemon and my crush sitting at this booth. Where is the appropriate place to sit? What do I do?
Outside.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
Just reach up, like grab Ramon by the shoulder and just like slowly push him into the booth next to Steven.
So Ramon is shaking like a chihuahua. Latios
Clutching
starts.
He looks fine except for his white knuckles as he clutches his sketchbook.
Just
Latios leans against the table. So,
Yep.
quickest way to. Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, that's my name. It can get confusing.
Your parents named you so?
Kisa Kiso, yeah.
S-O-U.
Okay. Thank you. The spelling helps. That's unfortunate linguistically.
It works in our native tongue, but when you go to other regions, it gets a little confusing.
So, the easiest way to explain, and just gestures in between the two of them, is we have forms we can walk in amongst all of you people so we don't get mobbed for just showing up places. The easiest way to put it.
Does that mean Courtney might not actually be Courtney?
Let's back up and explain things. So we'll explain the situation. And
Courtney and Hoopa and
yeah,
Hoopa
and-
powers, and please unhoopa the Hoopa.
and what our trials and tribulations in our attempt to whoopa the hoopa.
Hoopa the Hoopa!
Well, that's next that's next episode.
No.
That's the finale.
That's the finale.
Yep.
Whoopa the hoopa. And that's why we need help, because we are not capable of dealing with Hoopa's teleportation abilities, and if she is actually a Hoopa, that's one
I hope
problem.
she's not actually a Hoopa.
But if she's a person empowered by Hoopa, or that killed and took Hoopa's power, that's
I hope that isn't it either.
2 of 3 different problems as well. And we're not really sure how to approach the issue other
No.
than
The ideal situation would be that we wake up in the morning and realize it was all a dream.
just reach over and just pat Ramon on the head while continuing to lock eyes with the Latios and Latios.
Ramon just looks distressed.
So after you give this big speech, which Latios and Latias were both very expressionless while watching this. But Latios just kind of gives a really heavy sigh and says, that, and Latias chimes in, sucks. That sucks. Yeah, we can, I don't know exactly how, but we can offer our help. We can
We all
definitely
get the-
keep an eye out.
We all get the blessed feature. I mean, yeah, just we don't know how you can help either. We were hoping that would sort of something would spark an idea.
There's actually a lot we don't know yet. We don't know where it all. There was Courtney Sands Hoopa in where was that?
Buford.
Duford. Maybe that means that was pre-Hoopa times, or maybe not.
You know if there's
Courtney,
anything.
does Courtney have a horn, like a Hoopa horn?
She has horns.
Yeah. Did she have those horns in the images in Duford?
Yes.
Yeah. So think about it. So think about it.
Another notable
Yeah.
thing is that all of the pictures have Courtney with her hood up.
Yeah.
Which the Courtney hood has
Or wait,
horns
hold on.
itself, I believe.
Yeah, it does.
Like the magma hood has horns.
Yeah, but the
But
horn.
she also has one.
She has horns that are distinct from the magma hood horns.
Yeah. But if she has the hood up, the hood horns would hide the actual horns.
I mean, not necessarily, depending on how big they are.
I mean, possibly. But yeah, it would help.
We could. I can talk to a few others and see if anybody's been in contact with. If anybody else knows anything about Hoopa.
That would
Hope
be-
she's not Hoopa.
That would be.
I
mean, even if she's not Hoopa, we would still need to know something about Hoopa because she has Hoopa's power.
that I can help with a bit. I lied. Courtney, no, those are just horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did not have a hood up. I apologize. I said that incorrectly.
Yeah. I will. So having realized that, we'll go. Actually, now I think about it, the staff isn't the only symbol of Hoopa's power. She's also got those horns, and she did have those
And
horns
she-
in Duford.
Okay, so she definitely had Hoopa's abilities in some form or another before she got to Granite Cave.
Yeah.
Well, I can still ask. Well, I'll still ask the question I was going to ask. Do you two know if there's anything special in Granite Cave apart from what's common knowledge down there?
So Yare, we're just getting a good shot of your forehead right now.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
It's okay. I just wanna
No,
let
I
you know.
keep forgetting where my camera is, and it's just like lean in because I'm trying to body language with Annabella, and it's like, yeah. Do either of you know if there's anything special in Granite Cave that is outside of the common knowledge of what tends to be down there? That you might be looking for.
And everyone give me an intuition check.
I, the player, know what's down there, but
I have some hunches, but Annabella's not from this half of the region.
I
So,
don't know anything at all. I have no guess.
11.
I know there's the big cave painting down there, and there's some stuff.
I
10.
know that you run into Steven Stone there in the video game.
Yes, but in the remakes, there's that giant painting on the wall of Garden Kyogre in primal form.
Did I? I don't know if did I play the remake?
Yes, you did. We played it together.
Oh yeah, because I remember the
Because we played it.
Rayquaza of it.
Yeah.
Then you privately rolled that
Oh, I'm
intuition check.
sorry. It was
Yeah.
an 11.
An 11. Okay. Both of them very hard to read. But Latios looks over to his sister. There's a mural down there, but other than that, I'm not entirely certain what she could be looking for down there.
What's on the mural?
If Hoopa could teleport, then anything could be down there.
The mural is of ancient forms of the three known, the major legendaries here: Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza.
So there might be another Mega Energy Nexus there.
Potentially.
So, I mean, there was one in... is that actually, another question. Is that something that you two were aware of previously to now? That there are these places where if you throw a gem into this nexus of energy, or a rock into this nexus of energy, it'll turn into a odd Mega Stone?
I can't say I've ever come across that. Yeah, that's... I think we would have definitely been alerted about something like that.
Consider yourself alerted.
Our current theory is that they are in places that are intrinsically tied to legendaries, which is why we're heading to Sky Pillar next.
Sky Pillar.
Because the one we
There's
found.
also a group sent to the seafloor cabin as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Um,
I was about to suggest that.
And we've got people in other regions investigating there too.
Namely Kalos, just because Mega
And Kalos and
Evolution
Sinnoh.
Yes, but
So does not voice his theory about it being alternate dimension bleed through yet. Although
yet.
the fact that they didn't know it existed previously supports his theory.
or this
No,
is just they've
Vermont
just
will more
made
easily believe that it's a new phenomenon.
that. Yeah, that's more likely.
New phenomenon that happens to pull in mega evolutions that never existed before.
Do.
But yeah, so. But yeah, just any information that you can, or any information that you can provide, would be helpful, honestly.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about them, but it would definitely be something to look out for.
Then as in
Jirachi, the Wishmaker.
So
That's a connection that I didn't make previously. I'm confused.
So now
Uh,
Jirachi is involved.
Jirachi is a legendary in the region. So, nexuses of power attached supposedly to locations of Pokemon specifically in the region.
Able to grant things that may not have existed before. Yeah, I can see the logic. Could be to do with Jirachi.
I don't know if it's time for it to wake up yet.
I don't know where Jirachi. I don't know what. Where would be relevant to Jirachi?
That's a really good question. I'm not entirely certain where they're. We weren't around the last time that they visited, so we have no idea where in Hoenn they show up.
I mean that if Jirachi could be around, that could everything is nuts. See how Courtney became a Hoopa?
This is okay. If she is a Hoopa, then she's just another Pokemon. It says the legendary that's sitting with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but are Pokemon usually they don't usually seem this malicious and manipulative and...
I mean, that depends on the Pokemon, but...
I mean, there are some.
Yeah, but I don't... It sucks.
Yeah.
Hoopa isn't usually quite this malicious, from my understanding. And also, why would Hoopa, if taking human form, that's the thing, take the form of an already established person and not their own?
And why is Hoopa kidnapping people?
I mean, in Sinnoh, we've got a legendary that wants to destroy the world just because he's angry. So I wouldn't
does that one go around kidnapping people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Why are Pokemon going around kidnapping people?
There's a reason we avoid Sinnoh.
Giratina is a lot.
Look,
Plus,
that's probably the nicest way I've heard them described.
Giratina is angry at Arceus and wants to take it out on everything that Arceus likes.
Plus, in my home region, we have theories about Pokemon over literal concepts of life and death.
But anyways,
if I had to guess any major locations, I'd say potentially Kirikiri Mountain, or Mount Kirikiri, but whether there'll be anything there that hasn't been reported yet, I'd check it out. That'd probably be the only place, aside from Mount Chimney, which you already found a nexus at, that Jirachi might go to. We don't know anything about one of these in our neck of the woods.
Which means that it might be something that didn't exist until Courtney went there.
Yeah, that's very, very possible.
I don't like that that's possible.
Which would mean that
that's an awful thing to be possible.
For some reason, she's able to use Hoopa's powers to create these nexuses.
Which is more troublesome than any other sentence you probably could have said. At
I don't
least
know.
right
A lot
now.
of these sentences have been troublesome.
So again, refrains from voicing the rest of his thoughts. Well, we should, because she hasn't been reported as being sighted at Skypillar, right?
Correct. She is not.
Yeah. So if we can get
There's
to
a lot about her that hasn't been reported.
yeah, if we can get to Skypillar before she does, then maybe we'll be able to confirm that it's not just everywhere and that it's places that she's been.
Maybe.
How long of a boat ride is it to Skypillar? Do I know how long of a boat ride it's going to be to get to Skypillar?
Give me either a survival or general education check. I know what you're going to choose, but I have to give you an option.
We're going to go with
that-
survival.
That tells me nothing.
Well, I can fix the grid for you. I figured out how to fix it in the other game, but each square is 10 miles.
100 miles. Ship. It's about a half-day trip.
18 survival checks.
Steven will say. Or never mind. Recant that. It's about a half-day trip via boat.
Yeah, because it's 10,
100 miles or so.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,
Having to
100,
loop around Pacific Log.
120, 130, 140, somewhere around 150.
Yeah. 150 miles via boat. Yeah, you're probably looking half day, maybe.
All right. Though I imagine, are there ships that go straight to Skypillar, or do you have to stop at Pacific Log and then like take a like ferry or something?
You're gonna have to stop at Pacific Log.
Okay. So I was just thinking we're not gonna be able to go straight there either because we got to stop at Pacific Log.
That might be a nice place if it's going to be a half day to Pacific Log, stay at Pacific Log overnight first thing in the morning.
Although maybe look over at Satomi, who is currently in NPC mode. Maybe your Gyarados could carry us the rest of the way once we get there?
I think that can be arranged.
Considering he big.
You big, you fly.
That is true. He big, he fly.
Alright, well. I think that's all. That's as much information as you can help us with right now. So,
Has somebody said a time that we're planning on catching a boat, or are we just planning on catching a boat?
I wasn't gonna make Julia come up with timetables for the ships.
Thank you.
I was just wondering if we were planning on catching the next, like go get one right now.
Yeah,
Or-
basically, I think, unless anyone has anything else to do in Slateport.
Yes,
The good.
Ramon has something he needs to do in Slateport.
Well, then we can do that first. Ramon just has to say it.
Yeah, ships are in and out of here all day. But there's like a morning, an afternoon, and a nighttime like cruise
Mhm.
across.
I didn't know that the shipping culture was that big in Slateport.
Yeah, it's huge.
This is one of the big port towns in Cohen.
I was making a joke about shipping
Okay.
characters.
Okay.
And if you look to the left, we have the Ramon X Steven ship. And then if you look over here, we have the So and Ramon ship. And if you look, I'll stop there.
For now.
You look over there.
For now.
You've got the Annabella and all the ghosts in the world ship.
Damn right.
You can't tell me that ghost obsessed little weirdo wouldn't immediately see Giratina and go, pup.
I have established Annabelle has a weird sense of cute. That's why she finds Shepherd adorable.
It wants to eat
And
you,
mimic you.
Annabella.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
maybe
but if
Annabella wants to get that.
monster, why friend shaped?
Because it makes it
But
easier
if
to
villain,
eat
why
you.
sexy?
Because it makes it easier
I've
to
been
kill
asking
you.
Disney that for years.
No, so I don't think she's even like warped by her sense of cute to not find Giratina horrifying.
Yeah. If villain,
She
why
has
sexy?
she has some amount of sense.
The answer to if villain, why sexy is because of that reaction. It makes it easier for them to take over the world.
Go for it.
Stop falling into their trap.
I can fix her.
No.
I can fix it.
No, you can't.
No, you can. she will ruin me. Anyway. They will ruin me.
And not in a fun way. There's a reason why billionaires always like take the time to coincidentally have pictures of their workouts being posted on the internet so that everyone can see they've got
I know.
six-pack abs. That's
Yeah,
why.
the Vladimir Putin problem. No, I know.
Because they are the villains. Anyways.
Sorry, I'm just looking at.
Before I go off on a Brennan level rant. So I guess, unless there's anything else for the legendaries to tell us.
Latias will say that if you all need to contact us again, you can either do it through Steven.
Ramon wants to do it through Steven.
So instinctively raises an eyebrow at Ramon.
Ramon blushes at
They're
that.
thirsty tonight, I see. And I don't mean the characters.
And she will produce two. They look like credit cards, but they're like just thicker. And as she hands them to they're simple red and blue cards that literally just have a button.
Are they thicker than a Snicker?
No. They're not heavy as a Chevy either.
What about Latios or Latias?
Allosexuals, I swear.
What?
I said allosexuals, I swear.
Hey.
And
hypersexual. Thank you very much.
after she does that, she just sort of puts a hand onto Latios's shoulder and like they lock eyes for a second. She raises an eyebrow.
Intuition
and
roll.
I'm wildly misinterpreting this for the fun of it.
all of you can give me an intuition roll if you
They are
want.
siblings.
I wasn't thinking about
They're
them.
technically supposed to be lovers, but
What?
I've never
Oh.
seen them as lovers. I've always seen them as siblings.
same. But the Eon Duo are supposed to be these
And they're-
completely in love.
and they're
Today
looking
I
for
learned
and
that
they're
they're
looking
supposed to
for
be
a
partners.
third.
Today I learned they're supposed to be partners and not brother and sister.
24 intuition
Or
check.
siblings. Because technically they're genderless.
So
No, they're sexless, not genderless.
Sure.
Apparently they're not.
They don't have a gender marker on their when they show up in battle. So
obviously a question has been asked and answered of some sort. Other than that, you don't know. None of you know enough about these two individuals to know what any of those cues mean. And she just very simply holds a hand flat out towards him, and he puts the same hand on his body. touching hers, and they glow for a second. Like a purple aura has formed between the two, and they just sort of let go, and all of you are covered in a purple and then pink light that
Oh, no.
holds for a second and then just sort of shatters into sparkles.
Oh, no, the money
I was,
shot.
God damn it. I was gonna say, Annabella can sense sonic energy. Does that happen between them before the whole hand-on sparkle thing?
No, there's no
just
psychic link, right? All of you can write in your notes section.
Mhm.
You now all have the minor gift from the Eon duo of Loyal Heart.
Ooh.
All of you are immune to infatuation.
Aw. Ramon isn't.
Mechanically.
Mechanically.
No one can steal your infatuation. Only you can direct it. What does that?
Yeah, their gifts aren't.
What does that feel like?
There's this brief moment where you feel, all of you feel at the same time, like the deepest feeling of love and sincerity and emotional connection to people you have no, like, to everyone and everything, and then it just shatters immediately. And it does leave a empty void for a second that is filled with all of your other emotions inside very quickly. So there's this like, and then you're normal.
I just want to bring attention to the first of all, is this actually the touched edge?
No, this is a minor gift.
Well, yeah, so the touched edge is you have been blessed by a legendary and gain their minor gift. That legendary is considered one of your patrons.
Oh, yeah, I guess you all would have access to that edge. Yeah.
I just want to point out the wording on the touched gift, which is at the end of it. It says you may be touched multiple times, each time for a different patron.
Oh, okay. That wording needs to be changed.
Nights.
You're all the way on your bullshit tonight.
Okay, and to be fair, the actual wording is you may. Oh, at least in the PCR version is you may take touch multiple times.
Okay. My brain might have just overridden that.
Yeah, I think you reworded that in your brain. Yeah.
Brain works in mysterious ways. Like in me, it doesn't.
Sen's doesn't.
Oof. Yeah.
Sen's brain is really predictable.
And so after this feeling that pops up and goes away immediately, sort of vacates, Latias just sort of gives you all a wink, and they excuse themselves. And Stephen, surprisingly, has not left with them. And there is a bright flash of light behind a couple of houses, and then all of you will see the Pokemon versions of Latios and Latias shoot off at high speed.
That's really cool.
There are lots sometimes.
What?
There are lots sometimes.
I'm still.
Say that so casually.
I think that's by definition.
Who are you? He just said so. Just looking at Steven Stone. It's like
Even strange.
Steven Strange, right?
Like, we have met, right?
Yes.
I'm not.
No, that's
Okay.
That's a facetious. Who are you?
I mean, simple answer is a guy who got wrapped up in way too much stuff way too quickly and is in over his head, and will be
Ooh.
in over his head until the day he dies, probably.
Mood.
Uh-huh.
Now, don't get me wrong. They're not like my best friends. I don't go and have a beer with them every Friday night after work. I do occasionally talk to them.
I put the 2 things, by the way, in my bag.
You can just label those as contact cards.
Contact cards. I'll put them in my key items.
Ramon waits for a minute to see what So and Annabelle are planning on doing.
All right.
Annabella is taking a second before going. Okay, unless there's, I suppose if there's anything else we need to do here in Stateport, we should probably go find the next boat.
Yeah, does anyone have things they need to do before we leave?
Ramon just stares at you.
Am I forgetting something?
Ramon is standing next to Stephen Stone.
Just staring at you. I think that's gay panic for help.
That's gay panic for get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Give me an intuition check.
I'm making an intuition check, yeah.
Yep. I'll make that too, see if Annabella can pick up the hint too.
If you can't, that's
14.
totally fine with me.
Annabella has decent intuition.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you very quickly should probably leave. Is the vibe you're getting from
Right.
that glare.
Let's go see if we need to get tickets or something.
Yeah, let's go. We'll catch up with you guys later. And we leave.
Mhm.
Any
I saw-
particular reason you're not going along with your friends?
I signed.
Steven will say after they.
Very knowingly.
As I'm leaving, I do a one-handed sign to Ramon that is just the sign for Pokeballs.
That's hilarious.
You're awful.
Well, I didn't think it took 3 people to buy tickets.
No, that's fair. It doesn't.
Are you hanging around for a while?
I might stop in and see a few of my contacts at the museum.
I know a good lunch place.
He looks at the coffee shop you guys just left.
Where we got all of the scones, and Latios probably ate most of them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Correction, Latias probably ate most of them,
Yeah.
knowing their designs.
Are you calling
I mean-
Latias thick?
I am calling Latias the one who would eat a shit ton of scones, yes. She looks like she has a sweet tooth in that picture.
I mean, I'm sure you got a lot of stuff to do all the time. So
I do, which means it's just sort of always hanging there. Lunch sounds great.
Sorry, I heard always hanging there while I was looking at capabilities in the PTR effects and saw effect shrinkable. Also next to effect inflated.
you are all the
You
way
need
on your
to
bullshit.
Stop.
I
No, you're
can't.
Still.
Oh,
If I could, I would.
Ramon favors the stalls at the market.
okay.
That's I'm sure there's like a food truck type place there. That's
Oh yeah.
fantastic.
Yep, they do fish tacos, fresh, because
That's fantastic. That's
right there.
delicious, and I want them.
Hang on, I had to put appropriate music from Ramon's perspective here.
Come and kill us, Whisper.
No, it's heads or tails.
Tails.
That's the name of the song.
Oh, what? It's fantastic.
This is from the Tension playlist.
I approve of this.
Yeah. Ramon really wants to be smooth, but he's honestly probably still pretty awkward. But he's he'll get tacos for both of them.
Okay.
And walk over to like a picnic table or whatever.
Yeah, he'll sit with you.
Trying to figure out if there's a way to put like if there is like a mechanical like gift something in PTR, and I'm not finding it.
Mm.
I'll just have to put it in notes, I guess.
Not specifically for the Blessing of the Damned stuff. They didn't add those.
Gotcha.
Well, Book of Divines, whichever version you'll use.
I mean, they have the like the edges and the features.
Yeah, they just didn't add the blessings.
Gifts.
He's gonna open his sketchbook and say, I had a go at, and just slide it over, and it's got the Steven's whole team from like 4 different angles of a Pokeball.
Oh, they're in PTR references in automation and information.
Thank you. There's a couple things that happen as you flip that around. The first thing that happens is he just puts a hand down and moves his food out of the way. The second thing you see him do is put his hands flat on the table on both sides of the book. You would recognize this sort of a stance. This is I am going to view this creative work. I cannot touch this. This is it's basically, this is the book version of, this is the book version of,
seriously.
This is the book version of I will not swipe right or left on your phone. But yeah, he's intently looking at all of this, and like how it's all just, I assume, sketch and drawing. No, like, is any of the technical stuff in there, or
Not yet.
Okay.
There's nothing technical yet, because he's done that a million times. If he wants to get fancy with that, he can decide about that later. Right now it's just the externals.
This is, wow. That's impressive. So my question is, how do you, like, I understand welding it together, or is this going to be metal? Is this going to be a different material altogether? What are you know what? I'm not going to interrupt the creative process.
He'll take out his the one he's been working on for himself and show off the beginnings of internals and what the materials, big info dump.
Oh yeah, and he is sitting wrapped with attention.
When he wraps up, he'll say, I figured it might be good for hanging out at least a couple times.
Yeah, I think a couple times would be good, at least. I have to say, I admire the craftsmanship just from the picture alone, and your work on your own Pokeball is amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to see the finished product.
Since it's a custom piece, it's going to require a lot of consulting.
Of course, you have to make sure everything's perfect.
I wouldn't want to make something you weren't satisfied with.
I appreciate that. Well, you showed me yours. I'll show you mine. He says he reaches into, you're just now noticing the messenger bag on his shoulder, and he will reach in and set a little black cube in front of
Ramon
you.
is just now realizing that he exists from the neck down. Like everything, nothing was registering earlier.
Yeah.
And
Why is he registering it now?
It's a solid black cube with a single button on top.
What am I looking at?
And he just very gingerly presses the button, and as it separates, 6 Pokeballs extend out. It's a more efficient way to move full teams outside of the digital way. And on top of that, it acts as, I'm attempting to make it act as a safe for bio recognition, but that's slow.
Not gonna lie, I expected it to be one
Ramon
of those
will
boxes whose only purpose is to turn itself off, and for him to hit the button and then a hand to come out and hit the button again and then go back.
Push the button. I love those.
that would have been adorable. But Ramon will start dive straight into the nitty gritty of what have you tried? Have you tried this yet? All that, just straight
Springboarding.
all the way.
And he dives into the jargon too. And you guys are about like, hold on a second. The two of you, we will come back to you in a second, Jack. Annabella and So. Because I'm trying to make narrative flow happen.
Yeah.
The two of you arrive at the dock. There is a gaggle of people here. It's not packed like sardines, but there's definitely a few times you have to step out of the way from getting like elbowed in the face or something from the amount of people here. But it's very easy to pick out who's like doing tickets for different ships or who's in charge of personal ships or cargo. And you're very quickly directed to a gentleman about 40 years of age, if you had to guess, slightly balding, very official white and black. It's not suit fully, but it's an attempt at.
Sailor outfit.
Yeah, basically. And he just sort of looks at the two of you. Do you have tickets or do you need tickets?
Need tickets. We're trying to get a passage to Pacific Log.
Easy enough. All right, how many of you?
5.
5, okay. It's gonna be $250 a piece.
So thinks about it for a second, looks over at Annabella. I don't have money.
We got you a whole ass bank account.
Yeah, and then I gave you all my money.
I have to go onto my Google Drive sheet because I don't have my money written down on my Foundry one.
I currently
And
have.
I believe I have enough.
Handed them
Let's
some
double
money
check.
because they're buying 5
I mean,
tickets, and I wanted
yeah.
to keep getting tickets.
Probably.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you probably would have just been like, hey, here's money, go buy tickets.
Yeah,
Leave.
yeah. Get out of here.
Mm.
How much is it?
250
$250 a
pop would
piece.
be $12.50 total.
I have 250. It would be $12.50 total. I have enough for everybody.
If you are happy to pay, absolutely.
Annabella might have some too. Just so
I'm trying to find it.
because you're saving up. You're saving up to create.
I'm
Pokemon,
hoping that I
so.
won't have to pay for everybody, but I can.
I'm trying to find my money.
Yeah, and well, why?
We can afford it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the inventory section.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that again.
But yeah.
Is
On
that
your
actually?
sheet, the
Oh,
backpack.
on the Foundry, yes, but I don't have anything listed on the one in the Foundry. So I'm trying to find it on my Google Drive sheet.
Yeah, fair.
That's where I originally built her, and I do not have it.
But yeah, for
I know she had about I remember having about 1,000 left, and I don't think she's bought anything major.
For Julia, for your notification, by the way, playing God will cost Ramon anywhere between 4,000 and 8,000 Pokken.
That's not expensive for a whole ass Pokemon.
I know.
Mhm.
I remembered it as being like 10.
Plus an extra 7 per additional XP that Ramon wants to put into the Poke Egg. Otherwise, it just pops out at level 5.
Or I can
Oh,
just
there we
save
go.
up my XP share.
Oh, there we go. I found a little note I made for myself. Annabella has 800 left currently.
Satomi has 3,000 written down on her character sheet. So,
She can pay for herself.
yeah. Which
I'm the
I'll
only
just
one
go
that can't
ahead
pay
and-
for myself.
I can pay for you. You gave me all your money.
Yeah. So
I'm
if
pay-
everybody
I'm
pays
paying
for
for
themselves. Yeah, and you pay for so you mark off 500. We'll mark off 250 each.
Yeah.
I still look over at Annabella and say that because I assume everyone gave Annabella their money.
Yeah. We know enough about So not to give him our money.
She will hand over the money and go. And just to make sure, what are your rolls about?
And he'll hold up a finger and very slowly count all the bills.
Mhm.
So we'll ask, there's not a discount for Pokemon Rangers, is there? It's like is there a veteran discount? One of those questions.
Yeah, for Rangers it's only 200.
That's 50 pen back.
Yeah.
Is there a Ranger discount? 99. Okay, yeah, there's a Ranger discount.
Nice.
She'll as soon as the finger goes up, she just clamps shut, waits till he's done.
And he'll hand you back 50.
Apologies. What are your rules when it comes to Pokemon on board? Crowley here is in emotional support Pokemon.
Preferences are generally one Pokemon out at a time per trainer, if you're going to have any out. Usually not that strict.
Okay, no worries. Thank you very
I'll
much.
tell you that right away. It's usually not that strict.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Of course. And he will hand you 5 tickets.
What's the departure time?
1:30.
Departure time.
1:30 p.m.
Okay.
You have a few hours.
All right. Thank you.
You unfortunately missed the morning one, which was at 7 this morning.
That's
Yep.
okay. We had to have coffee with some legendary Pokemon.
And I had dinner with Professor Oak last night too.
Oh.
Could you put us in touch? I'm not there.
I fully believe So said that just casually.
Yeah, no, so did say that guy, and he doesn't see anything wrong with what he said either. So he's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People do weird things all the time, so it doesn't.
Just
Yeah, people.
cause Annabella even more secondhand embarrassment.
If that's all, I'm gonna have to ask you to step aside, please.
Of course. And she'll
There are no other people in line.
yeah. She
Just so you're aware, there are no other people waiting to get tickets.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He doesn't want to sit here and chat with us. That's fine.
Yeah,
It's
just-
I'm,
his
and she
job.
nopes
Sure.
anyway.
Usher Annabella away.
Doesn't take much.
So, flashing back to Ramon, you are about 10 minutes deep into this back and forth with Steven about this Pokemon storage device, which is only probably about 2.5 by 2.5 by 2.5. It's very small. So the fact that this is producing 6 whole Pokeballs, fantastic.
You know, it's amazing. Ramon is delighted.
You see So and Annabella walk back into the market area.
I imagine
They
them
can do
keeping
whatever they
enough of
want.
a
I'm
distance.
busy.
Yeah, I imagine them keeping enough of a distance so he can carry on.
Oh, I'm walking right up to them.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Annabella's
I
not.
would.
Hey, having fun playing with your balls? He says to both of them, gesturing towards the Pokeball.
Yeah, I really like playing with the black and blue ones, he says as he picks up the great ball and the ultra ball.
And we'll hold out.
Ramon thinks about that harder than he really should.
Holds out.
And doesn't enjoy it.
Holds out a ticket towards Ramon. like
Thank
that.
you.
I like that Steven and So are on the same like comfort wavelength.
Bullshit level.
Yeah.
Ramon's over here being a disaster.
No wonder Ramon is the way he is.
There is a weird gadget on the table that looks like a sliced in half black box with 6 prongs that have Pokeballs attached to it coming from the center.
Tilts that at it. So what does this do?
Or that did until Steven picked him up.
Yeah.
Oh, and he will reslot those Pokeballs and press the button again, and it will all just back into this little cube.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
handy.
the wildest thing you've ever seen? It's awesome.
It's like a portable box.
It can currently hold up to 6, though. Like the desired is anywhere between 32 to 50. If we can do that, this is a small prototype.
Yeah. Oh, that's really neat. That'll be useful. Honestly, that'll be useful for wildlife capture and release, because when we need to move a lot of Pokemon out of a danger zone really quickly, being able to just have them on your person, it would be very useful.
Yeah, I mean, it has tons of applications for anywhere from, like you said, the rangers to Pokemon centers to treatment facilities, rehoming. There's a few of the safari zones from different regions will transfer Pokemon back and forth. So it
Yeah, that's neat.
it will also, the physical capability of doing this at a very small level, because this is the intended like final size for the entirety of the product. But it will free up a lot of data usage kind of worldwide.
Yeah.
It seems a little counterintuitive to take a step backward into the physical realm so that we can take a little burden off of our digital world, but
makes sense.
it will also help with the overcrowding of the digital system, which has produced a few glitches over the years. But
in my training as a ranger, have I ever encountered any glitch Pokemon?
No.
Okay.
Probably have heard of Porygon, but like, which actually it's not even just Porygon. It's not Porygon necessarily. That's the glitch. It's actually Porygon Z, but.
Well, to Ramon, we got a couple hours before our boat leaves, so meet up at the dock then. And he's gonna go. Oh, good.
If you look at your ticket, it says departure time 1:30.
And he's just gonna go look through the market for anything that seems interesting that he can't afford because he has no money.
You know what? Go ahead and roll on the luck table. I'll let you have it.
Apparently, I found an X accuracy.
Free samples.
Free samples, yes.
Ooh, this is just on the floor and nobody's claiming it. Pocket. Scavenging is just a part of survivalism.
See, I know several people who would say that scavenging is also theft. But they're wrong and they're dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't steal something that is not being claimed.
Theft is a product of capitalism.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I believe dumpster diving should be legal in all 50
Oh,
states.
it should be legal.
Yeah, was like, what value are you getting out of the trash? Actually, I understand why it's not. I actually no. I take that back. I do understand why it's illegal because, and more for health reasons than for property reasons. Because dumpster diving, it would be a really great way for the Black Plague to come back.
No, that's fair.
As an
That's
example,
fair.
Not the way it's actually practiced.
no, but people that don't know what they're doing, just going into dumpsters to scavenge for stuff, getting bit by a rat, high probability.
In that case, that's more of an argument for cutting down on
Pest control.
the shit ton of waste that a lot of big companies put out.
Absolutely, it is. But in this country, the easier solution is to make it illegal to dumpster dive.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, ideally,
Also, the reason
there's
it's
less
illegal
to
to
dumpster for.
dumpster dive has nothing to do with public health and has everything to do with capitalism.
Yes, but also, like, yes, less random waste means there's less dumpster to dive into.
There's no reason to
anyways.
throw away every cake slice you baked today because it didn't sell today.
I agree with that.
You can let people eat them instead.
Slightly too bent banana is still good banana.
Anyways,
Tangent aside. No, tangent front and center.
Tangent
Tangent left side, handle it.
After So has left, Steven turns back to you. He's fun.
There's always something happening there.
There's always something happening everywhere.
Ramon flashing back to So's inverted sit-ups.
Yes, but not everywhere is quite as surprising as and entertaining.
That's fair. It is nice to keep things fresh.
He's good at that.
So, aside from the Pokeballs, what other hobbies do you have? Or is there anything else you get into creatively?
My parents have a mechanics shop just that way. It's always been fun to...
Roll me intuition. Or perception. Either will work.
I'm better at perception.
Okay. He leans in a little at that when you bring up the garage.
In fact, Dad's got to buy a new car soon because there's nothing left to do on the one he's got.
I not entirely unfamiliar with cars. I may own a couple of sports models. I don't really use them all that much because Metagross. But I do have a few. I can't say I ever bothered to actually look in the engine and figure out how that worked.
You should. If you got a cool car, it's got a cool engine. I assume. Ramon would think it's cool. Ramon likes engines. I know nothing about cars.
I mean, it'd help if I had someone who knew what they were looking at.
If you were inviting me over, I would look at the cars.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing.
Ramon do gay panic, but also happy.
So I have to ask: is this staring into the middle distance gay panic, or is this just momentary gay panic?
Momentary.
Okay. I mean, after when you have free time, of course.
As of right now, I'm only spoken for the evening, and hopefully, I'm always hopeful that this wraps up sooner than later.
Yeah, I'm sure this will be the end of it.
If I continue to be sure that it will be the end of it, then it will be at some point.
It's a really positive way to look at it, which is a
It
lot better
helps me
than
get through the
my.
day.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, every day is just a chance to be more brilliant than the last, so.
I'd rather be brilliant at cars, though.
More comfortable around gemstones.
Hoopa, not so much.
No, Hoopa, not so much. Which I don't think I've ever seen a staff grow into a, or a crystal grow into a staff shape before, like she has.
Maybe when this is all wrapped up, it can just go in a museum and we can study it. And that's as much as we'll ever have to worry about it again.
I mean, yeah, until, 20, 30 years later, somebody breaks into the museum and starts the whole thing over again. By that point,
You're forgetting
it won't be my
about
problem.
the hoping that everything will resolve tomorrow part.
Ah, okay, no, that makes sense. So
That's
that
the
works.
part that you're missing in this.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's yeah, it'll all be over tomorrow.
Practice makes perfect.
How about you show me your dad's car?
You got it.
And with that, that's where we're gonna go to break.
And you're watching live. Remember when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes as soon as I find my mouse. We're back. A dinosaur story.
I'm sorry, the hands caught me off guard.
Sorry, yeah, I'm
I
sorry,
ran
moving to
some
chat.
You're good.
They often do.
Watch it. Okay,
What have
we're
you?
back.
What have you got? A knife.
No,
No,
Olsen. I
I
don't even
would
know
s-
if that's TOS.
I would say take that away from her.
I've had.
But, like-
I have had this knife on stream. I've had a knife on stream for the past 10 years, and Twitch hasn't said fuck one. So
Fair
if
enough.
it is
I-
TOS, they are
Hasn't
far
said
too
fuck
late.
you, though.
I barely stream, so like it's here and chained my other group, and I do a 14 stream once, no FaceTime. So
Also, yeah, if a knife was against TOS, then there's a lot of video games that you shouldn't be streaming on Twitch.
yeah, but like there's a difference between video game knife and actual knife. But I don't know the specifics, so fair enough.
Anyways,
Lamps in video games use real electricity.
what?
Technically, yes.
Lamps in video games use real electricity.
Technically, yes. If you want to think about it that way.
Why
They
did
do.
you say that? That's
So do
hilarious.
So do cell phones and cars.
Mhm.
All cars
Yeah.
and video games are electric vehicles.
hmm
That's the
Making the world a
stupidest
better
thing I've ever heard.
Which means electric type Pokemon are the only ones that are real.
Holy shit.
Well, yeah, no, none of the flying type are real. Birds aren't real.
But it's not real.
Birds are real. Birds that can cause tornadoes on a whim are not.
I mean, butterfly effect exists.
I said at a whim.
The-
And also, the butterfly effect
That's
is
fair.
a thought experiment, not an actual phenomenon.
I know.
People use butterfly effect incorrectly all the time.
I know.
Oh. Welcome to Final Show Films. There are no rails.
Welcome to Final Show
Rails on
Films.
rails.
A butterfly flapping its wings in Asia will not cause a tornado in the United States.
But it will cause Final Show Films.
Yeah, I need to see the MCR to 50 Shades of Grey timeline that is the Final Show Films development.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Scream 3.
Ramon, you take Steven back to your house. Your parents are both wildly confused and highly impressed. And Steven enjoys his time seeing the car. Your dad sort of barrels his way into that a little bit.
Of course he does.
But it's his
wouldn't
car,
expect
so he gets to. It wraps up fairly. It's a fairly short endeavor, but some time passes and you all meet back up to board the boat.
Got a plank and
Ramon
everything.
looks happy.
Guys, I went on a date.
We know.
Congratulations. How was it?
It was fantastic.
Glad you had fun. Which is entirely genuine, even if that doesn't sound like it. I know that
Oh, no.
sentence can sometimes not sound genuine, but from so it's entirely genuine.
Yeah.
So doesn't. That's not part of So's social. That's not a known move for So.
Mhm.
The boat is not as like packed as you would think it would be with the amount of business that is going on the docks. There are only about 20 passengers total for your guys' trip.
And how many of them want to fight us when we lock eyes?
Well, we are going to Pacific
Mhm,
of all the places we could be going to.
right.
And also, this is a boat town, and there's more business to do at the
Yeah, on port than on the boat.
Mhm.
um, Ramon is not terribly surprised.
You're unlikely to be coming to Pacific Log Town from this direction. So, probably, yeah, kind of chill.
What
Also,
would
I
this
just want to
be?
know, is our captain Mr. Briny or not?
I was not sure with that description.
No.
Didn't sound like Briny. There wasn't a wing around anyway.
There we go, good answer.
War.
I would have believed it was pre-retirement Briny.
Everyone give me a focus check.
Okay.
You want to see us focus? Guess
I
what I
do.
am untrained at?
I have
4.
19.
Nice job.
That's the ADHD, you see.
So the
Yeah.
boat starts going for a little bit. And about 10 minutes into the ride, so your stomach hits your rib cage. And you can tell you're going to get sick.
Moments later.
You didn't have trouble on the boat to get here, so you're not entirely certain why this short ride is going to be troublesome.
Moments
I mean, it could be a
later.
smaller boat.
Moments later, So is like bent over the side of the boat on the boat, just emptying his lunch.
Smaller boat
Technicolor
being less
rainbows.
Able to ride smoothly, more subject to the.
That's fair.
And Murasame is actively like has like the sash around both So and the rail so it doesn't fall over.
Mhm.
Does So have long hair?
Like mid-length, like about not as long as mine. Actually about the same length as Julia's, honestly.
Oh, okay. Then we don't have to worry about it getting in the way.
It's permanently
I just
swept
imagine
back,
that
so
I just imagine the sash on Murasame holding the hair back.
yeah.
If they, if the hair was long, Ramon was going to go help.
That's
Where's these cops coming from?
the yeah, like the sash
Think
is like
something-
around the forehead too, so it's like the hair is out of the way.
Yeah. I imagine Annabelle is going to be trying to make sure Artorias isn't doing the same.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Forgot
Artorias
about
is here too,
Artorias.
folks.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah,
didn't we? No.
because no one's
was
put.
something-
We
no-
did get medicine for Artorias, but like that doesn't necessarily.
We
stop
got
the
medicine for
PZ.
Artorias. We didn't get medicine for So because he didn't think he'd need
We
it.
didn't know
I mean,
so was
that's-
going to be a
that's-
problem.
Yeah, we thought you'd be fine.
Yeah. Never been
So
seasick,
our-
never been
so
seasick
Annabella has
before.
Artorias.
Something about the way this guy's driving.
Annabella has Artorias like below deck, if possible. Like, I don't know if there's one of the places where you can go below deck in any way.
Yes, there is.
Cool.
There is below deck access.
Do I throw up on a tentacle? I need to know.
No, what you do hit, however, is magic carp jumping out of the water.
Oh, God.
Oh God, just poor
Ramon, who
Magikarp.
was here for moral support, grimaces upon seeing
Does
that.
it hit me in the face?
No.
Okay.
Does a Magikarp hit in the face?
Yeah, that was the question.
Ramon, give me a perception check real quick.
All right. I'll put an AP in that.
Okay. That's a pretty high perception check, which is enough to see that Mercedes is missing.
God. Excuse me, Ramon. Full speed, everywhere. Everywhere.
You find her at the front of the boat, like attempting to climb to the point.
I'm just gonna put her back in her Pokeball. Just ball.
We're not gonna do
We're
that.
not
on this
arguing. We're not arguing. Yes, she walks all over Ramon, but Ramon has the Pokeball.
trip. We're not arguing this time.
I let you get away with a lot, but even I have limits.
Yeah, so the two, well, I mean, So might not. But Annabella, you definitely saw Ramon just look around frantically for a second and then dart off.
Just concerned look while she's still trying to take care of the Absol.
I feel like Mercedes Pokeball has its own belt to keep it close.
Just reinforced.
Why is there a steel cage around your Pokeball? Don't ask questions, it keeps popping open.
It's really for the best, I promise.
It's not for her safety, it's for yours.
Make that joke on stream.
No, but you can send it to us in Slack. Or
God,
Zoom.
No!
God damn it.
Why are you're not allowed to talk.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did.
I specifically said that I couldn't say that.
I know.
Saying
that's
that
the
implies it's
problem.
something really bad.
I'm gonna have to listen to the repeat on that one. Anyway.
I spend too much time around Sen, and
Yeah,
I know what is happening in the cranium.
That happens when you cohabitate.
I'll just send a direct message to Jack and Julia.
Oh, that works for me. So you guys have about 6 hours on this trip, this boat ride.
How much of it do I
Is
spend
anybody? Let's see. You can give me another focus roll at a reduced difficulty. DC we're looking for here is 5.
I feel like Twilight might be able to provide some support here. And we'll let her out just in case. I feel like a psychic Pokemon might have something.
Depends what they have available to them.
I have no idea. Ramon is not familiar with psychic Pokemon. Twilight just seems really chill and smart.
Sorry,
You-
what was the roll you wanted me to make?
Focus roll.
Oh.
DC 5.
9.
You about an hour in after you're fairly certain you've thrown up your toes. That there is not anything left in you to be emptied into the ocean. So it settles.
That's the downside of having very powerful abs, is that you have very powerful vomits. Because the abs just contract. So it's just
Be careful getting too strong, you'll get thrown off the ground.
Yeah. So it's just like on his knees, hands up on the rail, just hanging off the rail right now. Just,
You just feel the softest little like ribbon like pat on your head.
We need to find a different way to get you back from Sky Tower.
I've never been seasick before. What the fuck is happening on this boat?
If it makes you feel any better, Mercedes isn't causing chaos.
In my at any point in time, do I see like a whalmer at any in the water? Because maybe that'll be easier than the shipwreck.
Just go overboard.
Just land on a whalmer and let it take me.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you definitely you're able to see them sort of pop up every now and then. Off in the distance, you can see Whalelord.
Like, I'd capture one, but I don't know that I have the strength to throw a Pokeball right now.
You don't have the strength to throw a Pokeball. You don't have the strength to ride a Whalmer. Hate to break it to you.
It would be nice. They're just like big, like floating beds. They're real soft.
I'm sure it would, but like, you gotta go to a Poke Center, dude.
There's not a Poke Center on this boat.
No, but there is where we're going. I think, right?
Yes. Yes, there is a Pokemon Center in Pacific Log.
I sure hope so. Going around the entire sea with no Pokemon Center except for Pseutopolis? Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Too much for me.
On the
No.
other hand, remember Pacific Log is the town that's on rafts.
It's built on top of Corsolas actually.
I mean,
Really?
it's a giant coral reef right underneath.
Yeah, it's not on a raft. It's got structure underneath it. It's just that the top layer is all like wooden, like bambooing.
That's what I meant.
Because it's gentle on the Corsola. Yeah,
These are things I didn't know.
underneath Pacific Log is just a coral reef.
That's cool.
Pacific Log's really cool, despite how little it gets used for stuff.
That's why it's all shallow water around it.
Mhm.
These ships can't
Makes
actually
sense.
get all the way into it.
No.
But yeah. It's just miserable the whole way.
I mean, yeah. That's justifiable and fair.
Do we get? We're technically on a route right now. Do we get a luck roll, or is this like a?
Yeah. You all can have a luck roll.
Not when you're on a boat. All right.
I don't think dowsing is a fair option here.
No.
No.
You are technically by a body of water, though.
I know, but how would Annabella get into...
What?
How...
I didn't mean to roll that many times. I didn't realize it was doing the thing that it was doing.
You're okay.
Hey, like I
Okay.
expected.
Watch this. Boom, boom, boom. Look, you only rolled once.
Yay!
Oh, I need to find the luck table.
It's in pickups on the roll tables. So you go to
I can't.
roll tables.
I have
table.
nothing in my roll tables page.
Here, I mean,
Really?
So go to compendium.
Right, okay.
Roll tables. PTR roll tables.
Thank you.
Pickup
Pickup.
tables. Item category
Jeez.
luck table. You want the luck
Cool,
table, not the
yeah,
pickup
that's
table,
fine.
because pickup table is for the pickup ability.
Yep.
We got folders inside of folders.
Ooh,
Folders and
Lychee berry.
folders. I got a thunderstone somehow.
Oh, that's actually quite useful, possibly.
Trash can.
Yeah. Go to throw up, find a thunderstone. Neat.
Oh, neat.
I mean, if we never need this, I can just turn that into more shards. But also, it's a thunderstone, and that's kind of cool.
I feel like
Yeah.
at some point Ramon might need it.
Yeah.
That's
Depending on
fair.
Pokemon. I mean, if I have 4 yellow shards, I can turn it back into a thunderstone. I can go either way on it.
You can go both ways.
Story goes both
Mhm.
ways.
I mean, Annabella's some form of queer, I guess, by default, so I don't know what exactly she is, but
I do love that most of Final Show films is like the characters are just queer by default.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
is
that's
nice.
In Final Show films, being queer is normal.
I don't think about it often, and then it just happens. Like
Being
my
straight
character in the
truly
FF14
queer.
game. Yeah, my character in the FF14 game just turned out to be Arrow Ace by naturally.
Yeah, I had a character do that before.
Yeah, it was like Elle's character was making fun of her. I was having a crush on somebody. I was like, she doesn't feel that way about anybody. I don't just kind of came out anyway.
But yes.
Also, of course, it was Elle's character.
Other than the explosive episode at the beginning of the trip, there's not really anything eventful that happens.
So there are nobody wants to fight us when they lock eyes with us.
No. Weirdly
Especially
enough,
not
this is all a lot of older individuals. You all are kind of the youngest ones here.
Yes, it's the Florida of Hoenn.
Pacific Log Town is the Florida of Hoenn.
We're hoeing in,
that.
we're hoeing in Florida. Is that what we're doing?
No, because we're trans.
Gonna go to Minnesota for that instead.
Florida without DeSantis.
So it's still
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Florida, like 5 years ago.
Sure.
It's only been that long. Anyways.
Oh, was it not that bad before? Okay, fair
No,
enough.
I mean,
Might as well just be a lifetime.
Florida's always been like a shit show, but it hasn't been actively anti-queer and anti-trans until recently.
Fair enough.
It used
Very
to just
recently.
be Florida Man.
There's a reason it is both called God and Satan's waiting room.
Yeah. But no, it wasn't until like DeSantis decided he was going to become a forever Trumper that it began to become anti-queer and anti-trans. Trump actively incites anti-queer and anti-trans legislation.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. So fictional politics.
Anyways.
Which there's not a lot of in the Pokemon world, which I appreciate.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
But just before the sun is starting to set, you can't get entirely into Pacific Log Town. They have a raft that will take you out, and then they have small skimmer boats that will take you to the bambooing.
Nice.
And it is explained that the reason they're doing this is because it's built on a protected area. The entire thing is technically built on a coral reef. So
As soon as I get on the raft off the ship, do I feel better?
yes.
Ramon is going to spend the trip on the little boat looking over into the water because I'm sure there's all kinds of cool shit in there.
I'm looking first. I'm looking back at the ship as it leaves. I want to see what the fuck it's doing when it's leaving. This is what was making me sick.
It's small enough.
Is it just like
on the waves?
Is it just like zigzagging across the water, or what the hell's happening?
You're now that you're able to like actively see it moving, it is getting tossed by these waves.
Okay.
If it's not small enough that you're legitimately moving with the waves, or big enough that you're not moving with the waves, you're gonna get seasick.
Mm-hmm.
Ramon will also think back to the conversation with Annabella that he tried very hard not to have, and just trail a finger in the water to see if anything happens.
Are you using any of your electric? First let me ask, are any of them static that produce an electrical charge? I think the answer is no.
Actually, you've got the magnetic ability now.
Yeah. Magnetic is static. And since it comes from Sparkmaster, I assume it's
and you also have the ability static, which is not static itself, but it does mean that when you're hit,
No, I don't have the ability static, but I have the ability zapper.
No, you've got the capability zapper and magnetic, and the ability static. It's in your abilities list.
I do. Oh, I do. So yes.
Okay, so yeah, as you stick your finger in, you pull it out for a brief second because it feels like you stuck a fork in a light socket. And you put it back in again, and you get that same feeling back, but it's sort of like the first time you smash your finger. The second time,
it's fine.
Yeah.
Or better, at least.
Yeah.
My brain put a period before your finger.
Oh,
the first time you
Ramon
smash.
takes his hand out again and files that away to ignore for a little bit.
The other thing you notice when you pull your finger out is there is small detritus that has collected. Small iron filings.
That's also going in the we're not dealing with that right now folder.
Which, I mean, they're easy enough to come off with just a little bit of force. But it's like you wiggle and they stay, and until they're forcibly removed by your hand, they stay.
Right. Also, to not have Annabella notice that, Annabella is, as I was thinking of doing, anyway, is trying to look for a specific Pokemon if there are in these waters.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I would like to do that as well because Ramona's looking at the Pokemon while
Me
we go
too.
with it.
I'm also looking at the Pokemon.
7 for Annabella.
So is being serious about looking for a Pokemon that can surf him across water, so he doesn't have to get sick again.
Okay.
There is
So
one,
Annabella.
Sorry.
there is one ghost type that would be water-based
Hang
that
on.
is not from Ancient Hisui. So she's looking for Frillish.
Oh,
My brain brought up Jellicent, and I was like, what's the base form? What's the base form?
Frillish.
speaking of
I got a
Delmai,
4.
Delmise is a grass type.
but
Is it
also
gra-
They
It's-
are
the
generally
Grass
on
Ghost,
water.
yeah.
They are generally on water, but yes, she is specifically thinking of Frillish. Because it's supposed to be
okay,
all
I
the
rolled good.
it's supposed to be all the like seaweed made into an anchor shape, possessed by a spirit, not an actual anchor.
Oh.
Wow, I thought it was
Um,
an actual. I thought it was an actual anchor that has moss on it. Then the moss is why it's grass.
The moss, right? The moss is the ghost, I believe.
Yeah.
Hold on,
I
let me
thought it was
check. Delmise.
Seaweed. It could be algae. No way, it's moss.
Or
Oh,
algae,
seaweed.
algae,
I think
yeah.
it's supposed to be
Yeah.
like seaweed, algae, and seaweed and stuff. Oh no, it is an anchor and ship's wheel possessed by spirit seaweed.
Yep.
Okay, cool. But yes, it's ghost and grass type. She is thinking as Jellicent though.
So Annabella, you do spot a water Pokemon that catches your eye, and then the thing that you're noticing is that Pokemon's not moving. No, wait a minute. You're not moving.
Uh-huh.
So as your eyes sort of venture towards anywhere else, you see that the boat has left you.
She is very much starting to panic.
About 24 inches above the water.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's panicking. Just wily coyoteing, like, desperately, like...
Does Ramon notice this with
Or do I see it?
Route 21?
Yes, so you see it, which is what distracts you from fighting a Pokemon.
Yeah, because I'm diving into the water and swimming towards Annabella.
I was gonna
Um,
pull out Little Tree.
I mean, yeah.
and you're still able to do that.
I'm
but
gonna do that and just thread it.
yeah, Annabella, you have been wrapped up by a vine whip.
Cool. Again, panic that have been grabbed out of nowhere, but like...
You are now
And
being
then
reeled
you're
in.
slowly being
Yeah.
kited along.
like a balloon.
Start swinging back, following.
As long as she doesn't steal any kids, it's fine. We already have one of those. Actually, 2. A weird number of children get kidnapped in the Pokemon universe, and it's not okay. Somebody should check on that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, also, if they're not kidnapped, they're put into an endless dream where they die eventually, so...
Or they die and then become Pokemon.
The obvious conclusion here is to just not be born in the Pokemon world, because it seems bright and shiny and wonderful, but it's
It's kind of
horrifying.
fucked up at the end, yeah.
But how can I be the very best like no one ever was if I'm not born in the Pokemon universe?
Stay the fuck
You
away from
can't,
Drifloon
but you
or
will
Hypno.
also survive.
Yeah, stay the fuck away from Drifloon or Hypno.
And don't die as an infant or you'll become a phantom.
I mean, that's specifically in the forest, but also
Yeah.
fair.
I mean, but still, they had to, but they didn't have to give us child ghost Pokemon.
No,
And to be fair, though,
I mean they gave us adult Pokemon.
Charcadet
adult Pokemon.
is-
That's, Yamask.
Charcadet is, even though it's the fire child Pokemon, is not actually a child. It is a piece of, it is an ember out of a fireplace that gains
It willed
sentience.
itself into becoming a child.
That willed
Yes,
itself
that's
into being.
just adorable. That's just adorable.
I am a rock, and I have gained sentience, and I am angry.
Yeah, like
That's a Lowland Geodude.
like Charcadet is an ember out of a fireplace that decided to become a boy.
Yes, and I love that for him.
What do I
Yeah,
spot?
no.
So there's a number of wild water Pokemon down there that you see, but the main one, we're gonna we're gonna do this Pokemon generator table.
Yeah, Annabella is just like paralyzed with like has Loki having a panic attack when she's pulled back.
If there is a Piplup or a Prinplup or an Empoleon anywhere nearby, you have to let me know.
Okay, I will. I am very glad that this gives us a generator now.
Yep.
Like that I have access to a generator,
Oh
because
yeah, I will.
that doesn't make wild Pokemon
Mhm.
impossible to put together.
I always look at like where they like what the area is, and then like generate 20 of every relevant like terrain type that's in the area. Like 20 water, 20 forest, 20 whatever, based on what the geography is like. And then I put it in a folder titled The Route.
Yeah, I guess that works too.
Oh, I wonder if I got a pair of Staryu or Starmie, could I have them like each attached to a foot and fly me around Neza style?
Neza wheel style?
Yeah. Just spinning water wheels instead of fire wheels.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
I actually kind of love that.
These are not my battle Pokemon. They are my transport Pokemon. They serve as flying shoes.
So you got a 21 on your perception check. There are 3 things that stick out to you in here.
How many secret bases do you see?
In the water.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
The first one looks like a seal wearing a dress with a
That's
clown
awesome.
nose.
Ooh.
Brion's cool as hell.
The next one is not actually in the water, but currently flying above a small gray, black, and yellow bird that is very familiar to you.
Oh.
Wattrell.
Wattrel?
Yeah.
Let's go.
And
Wattrell.
the final Pokemon that catches
Man, if
your
there's a
eye.
Flamigo, that's decided.
Flamigo are more small body of water based, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Is a small white and orange octopus-like creature with 2 little boxing gloves.
Oh, good.
Clobopus.
Clobopus. So the 3 Pokemon for edification for everybody who, one, either has aphantasia, or 2 is not familiar with descriptions of Pokemon. We have Brion, we have Wattrell, and Clobopus.
Who is not a water type, which is funny.
Yeah, it's pure fighting.
Mm-hmm. It's because technically this also qualifies as a beach.
Yeah, I don't know, absolutely. Well, I mean, they live in the
totally
water.
fair.
They're just fighting types.
Yeah, because you find Clobopus and Grapploct in the ice area in Sword and Shield.
Also, if there are any Wiglets or Wugtrios, we kill them on sight.
Nope. They're precious.
I
love
did.
What?
I did
Oh.
generate a
No,
Wiglet.
no,
They're
no.
precious. I love them.
I hate
They're
them
stupid.
so much.
I love them. They're so dumb.
They are the
There's-
worst. Actively
so
the
lovely.
worst.
I popped when I heard the evolution was called Wugtrio because I called that.
So I also generated a Whalmer. So there is a Whalmer that is around here.
Yay, I just didn't see it. I was too
No.
busy trying to rescue Annabella.
I think Ramon has to go for the Wattrell.
Okay.
Paldean,
go-
electric type. Yeah.
We just go.
Pokeball it.
Or hold up, hold up
Oh,
some
I
food.
need to target a Pokemon. I can't
mean,
just
it
click
is-
my Pokeball.
I mean, it
Oh.
is based on a seagull, right?
Yes.
So
Well, is it?
give it food, it will. Hold on. Let me double check.
Oh, it's not. It's
Because it's an ocean bird.
Yeah, but it's not a seagull.
Hold on.
It's a
No, because yeah, Wingull is based on a seagull.
Wingull.
Click yourself, then target the watch rail, and then do the roll.
Click myself.
It's a
Target.
petrel. It's a petrel.
Yes. Okay.
No. Why is it being a butt?
You have to target the watch roll.
Yeah, I know.
They did.
Hover over,
It
hit
did?
T.
Hover-
It doesn't look like it targeted. There we go.
Ah. I have to hit the button where T is supposed to be, not T.
Ah.
It shouldn't
Have
matter.
you got your keyboard weirdly set up?
I used a Borak.
Sure.
You hit a blind
Yeah.
capture. Maybe
Boxer
Uh,
party.
boxer party.
Party.
No, you didn't. You didn't catch the Clobbopus.
All right, who's going to the box?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You're at 6.
Oh yeah, because I've got to have 6. Who's going to the box?
Is it the Raboot or Little Tree?
I'm tempted to send Mercedes.
No,
I mean, yeah. So send Mercedes.
she will find you.
Little Tree is actively doing something right now.
Yeah,
Just drop
Little
Santa
Tree
Barbara into the water.
currently has caught an Annabella consolation prize.
Just
Oh.
drop Santabella into the water as he's sent away.
Yeah, I'll send Reboot.
Okay.
The Pokemon that has not yet been named.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, no.
Raboot.
Select tool.
Also
Yeah.
appearing here.
So yeah, you have a new companion,
Wait, what just happened?
and you guys.
Oh, did the thing
The
disconnected?
villain Cam disappeared.
Oh, interesting.
Don't know why.
Did your device die?
Don't know why. There's no
No
sun
sun
up
up
in
in
the
the
sky.
sky, stormy weather. It's because Ramon stuck his finger in the water.
While Sen figures that out, you all have arrived at Pacific Log Town. The first thing you notice is that this town is covered in water and is traversable via bamboo. It has been laid out into predetermined routes.
And
Yeah,
it is low key, reap high key, having a panic attack, like having a moment.
Like
I'm going to have Little Tree put her on the bamboo
or over it at least.
and just walk over and hold her hands before Little Tree lets go.
She's on the ground.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
I think we should all go to the Poke Center because you might feel better with the roof. And so definitely needs to go to the Poke Center.
I'm feeling fine now. Everything that wanted to get out of me is out.
You're going to the Poke Center.
Also, I mean, isn't this just the things that you already do? Just like the catching things with your mind, but yourself instead?
I never floated like that before. I only just started even moving things around with my mind at all. This is very new. And
Ramon is
first
not
time
going to
finding
let go
out
of your
being
hand
over
until-
the ocean doesn't help.
I mean, that's fair.
Ramon is not going to let go of your hand until you actively ask him to, or we are inside the Poke Center.
She will accept it even just to make sure she doesn't float. She is worried she will start floating off again.
No, that's exactly why he's doing it.
Yeah. So yeah, she's appreciating it.
All right. Well, so it looks at the two of them. Because they're facing each other, it's going to be difficult to get them to the Poke Center from them walking. So he just like approaches from the side, leans down, scoops both of them up, and carries them to the Pokemon Center.
This is a way to travel.
Huh?
I'm
You-
gonna guess it's not an all the time thing. Ian will say.
I mean-
No.
The two of you are very light, so this is not a problem.
Annabella, a voice goes off in your head. You recognize the
Good.
voice.
Okay.
Increase in development of powers is a good sign. Always see progress as something positive. And that's Artorias who's talking to you.
Okay.
If I can also, the ribbon, Murasame is like ribbon at the end of the hilt, reaches over and like lays slightly on Annabella's shoulder, and in your mind, a slightly metallic voice comes in. If you need levitation lessons, I can give them.
Meanwhile, Little Treat is just
Hanging
watching
out.
you in case.
Yeah, that is a voice you did not recognize.
Mm.
And the little
But yes,
the little eye in the cross guard of the katana is looking at you.
yeah. Annabella look over at Murasame and go, and just out loud, because she is able to talk to Murasame. Just says, thank you, that might actually be helpful. Sorry, not right now.
Who are you talking to? So says.
Murasame, because she's a ghost elemental connection.
No.
They can
So
understand
says out loud. Who are you talking to? To Annabella, because he's
Oh,
carrying you.
Murasame.
Oh. It's been a while since you've talked to anybody. He says, looking over his shoulder.
Oh, that's new. That's fair.
You get no response.
I wasn't expecting one response. Murasame doesn't talk a lot. And to be fair, So and Murasame don't need to talk. They are in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so is pretty bye. Sorry, that was a stretch.
I think what you're looking for is bay.
If I had a spray bottle.
Yeah, we'll carry them to the Pokemon Center, duck to get in.
If I had a spray bottle, I would need a hose.
Hey, you can't call me that. You can't call me that in public.
Yeah, once they get to the Pokemon Center, I think Annabella, like, just kind of
Set you both down.
wriggles out. Yeah, just wriggles out of all the contacts. It's like, okay, hopefully I'll be okay, but, thank you. Floating wouldn't have been too bad if it weren't for the over the open ocean part.
Fair. Do you not know how to swim?
I mean, I can swim, but yeah, panic attack.
Swimming and flying are two very different processes. Which I assume, because I cannot do one of those at all, and neither can most people.
You can't swim?
One day,
Implying that most
one
people
day
can fly.
so, you will find your brains. I believe in you.
They're in my head.
I'm sure they are.
Oh, buddy.
Ramon is good-natured jabs.
Mhm.
This is not meant in a mean way.
No, it's just that Ramon goes the entire time without like insulting or picking, and then just comes through with the 3-part jab straight to the chest, and it was great.
Mhm.
Well,
It's been too long since the sass.
while you are resting here, I'm gonna go look for any secret bases before we try to
No.
find passage to Sky Pillar.
You're
What?
gonna get checked out.
I'm fine.
You puked up everything you've eaten for the last 48 hours.
Yes, and I don't
Go
have anything
talk
left
to
to puke
Nurse
up
Joy.
before. Go talk.
Please go talk to Nurse
He
Joy.
will go. He will go up to the counter to talk to Nurse Joy.
Ramona was seriously considering making use of threaded again.
You get greeted by the Blissy first.
Mhm.
Was just does her little trill bliss. And the nurse Joy smiles at you. And then just sort of like takes stock of condition. Seasick?
I was. I'm being told I need to get checked out.
And she would just place a package of crackers on the counter in front of you. Like a 2-piece saltine pack. Eat that, please.
Pull it open. Insert saltines into face.
Cool. Sit in that chair. If you don't throw up for the next 30 minutes, then you're good.
Ramon's going to put Little Tree on Annabella duty. Just squat down and be like, hey, you got it, right?
Little tree becomes little anchor.
Yes. And then Ramon will take care of the secret base search.
Okay. You can give me...
Perception?
You can either give me perception survival, or because of your class and because of your time in college, technology education.
Nice. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And the reason I say that is because let me see what you roll. Okay, the very first one you find is actually underwater. And you know that there is a very specific way those have to be set up so that 1, they don't malfunction, 2, they don't electrocute anyone inside, and 3, they don't just kill you from the water pressure from it opening.
I would like to just take a look at it and see if there's any signs that it was set up improperly.
No. The thing you see immediately is there's like 4 anchoring bits. There's a few extra pieces that would be like that are added to this door.
Nice.
Just different pressure gauges and things. The visible precautions are all there.
Ramon remembers that there were a couple people who preferred to use this trick back at college.
I mean, it was a lot harder in college when, people were, it was a lot easier to find them in college when people were just sticking them into the fountain at school and thinking they were intelligent, but...
Fortunately, the only people...
For the meme!
Fortunately, the only known instances of anybody being crushed to death by their secret base were billionaires that were trying to do it under the ocean, so...
And then the whalemer showed up and ate their remains.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, the
loss.
Corefish got a great meal.
No, it was a Sharpedo. You know it was a Sharpedo.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, it was.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
trying
they
to
got
find
Five Guys.
something closest to orcas.
Waylord, probably. Then.
Well, I mean, Waylord is a whale. Sharpedo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sharpedo.
no, 100%. Yes.
Sharpedo
Sharpedo exists in this
Of,
region.
of any Pokemon, Sharpedo is definitely the one that would uppercut a seal into space.
And consume a billionaire for the fun of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna head in and grab that flag.
Ramon, I want you. You have a swim speed. Yeah, it should be fine. that should be
That's
easy enough.
promising.
That
It's
fills me
not.
with
It's not
confidence.
deep enough. It's not deep enough that it's going to be an issue.
It's not deep enough. Got it.
Yeah, deep. It's not deep enough that it's going to be an issue.
Technically, if you use dive, you could set one up on the bottom of the ocean.
Yes. Yeah, that
Someone
was.
definitely knew someone at school that was their goal.
Yes, they had
And
a thought
someone who
experiment.
claimed that they had done it, but everybody knew they never did it.
Yeah, I set up at the bottom of the ocean. Mm-hmm. Sure you did.
Yeah, we
Whatever
definitely
you say.
believe you, Charles.
It's always a Charles. But yeah, after it takes a couple of minutes to get situated and get yourself down there, and then there's the undoing all of the appropriate locks to get inside, because there's a certain way those have to be undone underwater, or else you die.
Yep.
And
Everybody thinks they're so clever.
so you get into the first door opens, and you get in, and there is a subfloor that immediately your feet hit, which the water then drains out of tubes on the side, and then you're able to enter the secret base. This one is not themed nautically, which blessing or curse for you. You decide.
Oh, I love it.
Choose
That's
your own
tasteful.
adventure. And this looks sparsely decorated. This looks like somebody just recently set this up and does not have a lot of decorations.
God damn it!
There
it's another
is-
Steven Stone secret base.
No, this one's carpeted. It's a smaller
Ooh,
base.
move.
It's carpeted with navy blue carpet. The walls are a lighter blue that fade into sky white. And there's currently a beanbag, a rather large ornate statue of a Gengar in the corner, and the guest book prominently displayed on a music stand.
The Gengar gives Ramon a bit of heebie-jeebies, but
It's getting closer to it. This thing is carved from crystal. Like, this is a gigantic amethyst somebody had carved into a Gengar.
yeah, but also it wouldn't be. Ramon wouldn't put it past a Gengar to be haunting a giant amethyst statue of a Gengar.
Let me make a roll real quick or something. No, you didn't get anywhere near where I set the DC for that.
Okay.
It was like 25 and under, 79. No Gengar.
Hang on.
All right.
Sorry, I just saw something
Um,
upsetting that I have to share. So you know how in secret bases you can put secret pals in your secret bases, and they all have special skills. The normal
Sure.
skill for a Pokemon breeder secret pal is massage a Pokemon.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
You need to leave.
Don't like that.
I mean, that is a normal thing in the Pokemon world because
Yeah.
there's the ones in Johto that it's a happiness increaser.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, is
All
it
right.
happiness or friendship?
Now, funny
friendship.
enough, in order, their abilities are massage a Pokemon, do some exercise, take care of an egg, make some goods.
We're going to completely ignore Sen and check the guest book.
If only you could.
There are 5 names in here. 4 of them mean nothing to you. The 5th one, written in rather hurried, scrawled handwriting. And the thing you're noticing is that this page is damp. Not damp. This has obvious signs that this has been water damaged.
Somebody made a mistake setting this up before.
Yeah.
Or made a mistake opening it.
And you don't
Is it
know the
Charles?
first name. You don't know the first name. But the name that stuck out to you is because of the family name. Kisaki.
Kisaki, to be pronounced.
Kisaki. Sorry. No. Thank you. Kisaki.
So a sister doesn't know how to open an underwater base.
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm sorry, that's the most in character thing for Ramon.
Maybe I got
Not
here
so
before
sister's
you,
been
and you
here.
just didn't know.
Not So Sister's been here. So Sister doesn't know how to open a base like this.
So definitely doesn't know how to open a base like this.
Have I made a mini for her yet, Julia?
No, you've not.
I'm going to.
Ramon will
Surprised you hadn't yet.
sign the guest book and leave just a little nice base. And take the flag.
You scan in the QR code or use your Poketch, however that's done. And yeah, you've attained another digital flag. So when you guys use your secret base for experience training, you're now up to +4 on that?
Yep, up to
Yeah.
+4. Max is 5, I believe.
Ramon is going to wait until So has received the all clear and we have settled a bit before telling So that his sister's been here.
Okay. So about an hour and a half go by. You finish signing the guest book, you head back. That was the main one you found. You didn't find any others. You found evidence that there have been, but they've been recently either removed or
moved.
Yeah. But that hour and a half passes, and you guys are currently sitting in the Pokemon Center. And so you've been given the all clear. There is a small continental breakfast that just says all day buffet set up beside it. For people to eat, along with a massive assembly of Pokemon food. Because it's the one thing you is talking at a Pokemon Center is food for every type.
So Ramon's going to bring back 2 plates, one for So and one for himself. And then he's going to sit down next to So. Feeling better?
Yeah. I mean, I've been feeling better, like I said. It's just that the didn't seem like there was much point in making me wait for 30 minutes, but sure, yeah.
I found a secret base.
Where was it?
More interestingly, your sister found it before I did.
How do you know?
Guest book.
Oh.
Yeah, how long ago?
The dates say it's been about 5 days.
I'll share that as well. Ramon is just waiting for an emotional reaction, for a response, and does not seem to be getting one.
Hang on a second.
I think if we actually track time that has passed in game, that is like a day before you guys got.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
Got what?
Got, like, you arrived to Birch for the first time.
Yeah. So like the day before the campaign started.
Yeah.
It's been more
for
than that.
reference-
It's been more than that because we had to walk. We've gone.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never
No,
mind.
So it's like
been
maybe
like
the day of.
It's been no. It's been
Yeah.
it's been like a couple weeks at this point because of how much we've been traveling, or at least it's been more than a week at least.
yeah, more than
about
a week. Yeah, week and a half.
It was probably before
It hasn't
we
been that
saw
long.
tapes.
Yeah.
Before I knew she was here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a roll. Hang on.
Well, that's happening. Annabella at this point has settled down a little bit. Definitely, when she was talking, she's clearly calmed down. Crowley is up in her lap, and she has a plate that she is like holding over the top of his back, like just kind of having Crowley there, eating something very small with a big cup of matcha on the table in front of her. She has also gotten Little Tree a bowl of food.
Yeah. So So it's just like quiet for a minute. That means they've been out this way, so they may have already been to Sky Pillar.
Does.
Question, so?
Hmm?
Does your sister have any abilities I might be able to track or anything?
I mean, she's trained the same way I am.
I don't think I'm able to track your abilities. Just the same ones that Courtney or I would have, or a psychic type Pokemon.
Yeah, no, she our whole family, the Kiseki family, we're retainers to the Diamond Clan. We our whole thing is that we train our bodies, train our martial arts. So she's not as strong as I am, or at least she wasn't last time we sparred, but similar to me.
But nothing psionic that I'd be able to.
Not as
Key
far
up
as
on.
not as far as I'm aware.
Nice.
No, the psychic. There's another clan. There's another family that trains psionic energies for the
Makes
as
sense.
a retainer to the Diamond Clan. It's not us.
Makes sense.
So,
Mhm.
how often does Sen? How often does So check his phone?
Not very often. No. Whenever
Okay.
it buzzes. He's
Um,
he's under the assumption that if an important message comes in, Rotom will just appear and tell him, because that's typically what Rotom does.
There is a buzz and your phone flies in front of you. You have 2 missed messages.
I will catch the phone and look at them.
The first one is a text message from Professor Birch that is just asking if you guys have made it to Sky Pillar yet.
I'll quickly respond to that, letting him know that we just got into Pacific Log. And we'll be looking for passage to Sky Pillar next, or flying up there on a Gyarados probably.
And then after you hit send on that, the second message from a couple hours earlier, that you never really noticed, because like you said, you don't pick up your phone unless you feel the buzz, from your sister.
You were busy puking.
I open it immediately.
Because I'm trying to remember, you called, you didn't text her. You called and left a voicemail.
Yeah.
Got your message. Can't talk. Being watched. I'm okay. And very specifically, she has put O.K.
Can I think of anywhere in the vicinity that would point to?
No. Not off the top of your head.
Can I intuition to see if I can figure out what she's trying to say?
Yeah.
Is she overcompensating?
That would be OC,
First
not
thing
okay.
I thought of starts with those sounds.
18.
No one abbreviates it that way.
No,
No one abbreviates it that way.
no.
With everything she has told you, you're getting the impression that that is a call for help. Kind of a I'm not okay. I'm being watched. And
And I've got to say,
I am in danger,
Yeah.
is what that says to you. And with that hanging and that having been read, that's where we'll end the session for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.